Probably could have cleared my throat before I went live, before the countdown worked down, before 3, 2, 1. But no, I waited till you guys were here so I could make that beautiful sound of a clearing throat. Hello, let me see. Aunt Cheryl. Hello, IROX. Hello, Mike. Mike. It was funny. I was having a discussion this day about why people create fake accounts, don't use their real name. Hello, Greg Pitt. Hello, T-Dog. Hello, Al. Hello, VNJ. Hello, RJ. Hello, Chad. And hello, Lindsay. Hello, Wakey Bakey. Wakey Bakey. Wakey Bakey. I do a lot of videos about you. Hello, Renee. Hello, Journey. Hello, Grammy Bear. Hello, Elliot Bird. Hello, Calvin. Hello, User. Hello, Mario. Vintage Nurse. Linda Jakes. Ike. Denny Doo. Donna Lee. Sandra Lynn. Rob Lewis. Tony. Gloria. Galactica. How many of you out there are old enough to remember the video game Galactica? Connie, Tygot, Vintage Nurse, thank you for the rose. I so appreciate the little gift. Hello, John Alexander. Hello, Jared Sheehan. Period. Nurse Ellen. Hi from New York, going to Zumba Zone. Awesome for you. Nurse Ellen, do you enjoy Zumba? Do you enjoy dancing? Do you feel you need to have some dance capability? Oh, yeah, Galaga, you're right. I'm sorry, Blake. You're right. It is Galaga. Galactica. That was a movie, Battlestar Galactica. You're right. Hello, Austin. Hello, Mark. I appreciate you, Blake, keeping me square, or whatever the term is. Hello, user. Hello, Mary Ellen. Hello, Pat Smith. Hello, Michael. All right, I appreciate that, Nurse Ellen. I think working out is awesome. I know it always makes me feel better. I think a lot of people choose exercise that they don't enjoy doing. And I think one of the neat things about Zumba is you probably have some fun doing it while working up a sweat and burning some calories. And I think a lot of us put too much emphasis on how intense a workout can be. You know, and I'm not against doing anything. If you're the type of person that needs to burn, 1,000 calories an hour or something, or 2,000 calories an hour. Hello, Cynthia Lewis. Hello, Everlasting Bloom. Good morning, Tim. Yeah, yoga is great, Tim. That's okay. And again, I think everyone should be themselves. But I think there's certain workouts that I've done and certain gyms, and I'm going to say it, but like Orange Theory, for instance. I've got some friends that have done Orange Theory a lot. And to me, as a guy that used to work out very intensely and very hard as a runner, I find the thought of doing Orange Theory very unpleasant. I don't want to. Hello, Laura Beth. Hello, Kostya. I don't want to, I don't want to hurt myself or work. Maybe I just don't want to work that hard when it comes to working out. I want to enjoy it. And I know if I don't enjoy it and it doesn't feel good for me, I probably won't keep it up. And I used to run cross country and track, and we do viciously hard workouts. And there was a time about, 30 years ago now, that I took one spinning class, and I tried really hard, and I thought I could do it. As a guy that was in shape at the time and was a competitive runner, I thought I could go at a fairly intense pace with a fairly intense resistance on the bike. And I think you can do spinning, very intensely, or you can do it, you can pull back. And I wasn't pulling back. And at the end of the hour, I almost passed out. And it was just more workout than I wanted. Hello, Laura Beth. Thank you so much for following the live creator. I so appreciate that. Latifa, I'm doing well. Tammy, Jen, thank you for joining. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. It is Tuesday morning. It is October 3rd, and it is 8:06 a.m. Happy Tuesday. Good morning, Ryan. It's a gorgeous day, by the way. It's a gorgeous day. I've been doing this show every morning at 8 o'clock, and I usually, Laura Beth, RJ's sweet that way. I've been usually doing this show from my patio right over there. My stepson and I had a little bonfire last night. I thought I'd mix it up a little bit, so I grabbed my little foldy chair and brought it out to the yard. Good morning, Jack. And again, it's just such a pretty day, and I almost seem like a broken record because I've been saying that a lot lately. I think we had 3 rainy days around last weekend, and other than that, the weather's been beautiful. The humidity's low. Today or yesterday, it might have been up into the low mid 80s, but even then, it felt real pleasant because the humidity's down. So really enjoying this. What do they call it? It might not be politically correct, but I think it's called Indian summer. I don't know why it's called that. I think that it is called that. I apologize to the Native Americans out there that are offended by the phrase Indian summer. I think that's the phrase. How's my job going? My job is going awesome, Ryan. Thank you so much. Oh, Nurse Helen's got to go. Well, Nurse Helen, thank you for chiming in. I hope you join me tomorrow and let me know how your Zumba went. Hello, Colby Mariners. Hello, Hubbardy. Anyway, good gosh, I thought I'd lost my cup. Thought I didn't have my cup. This is a show I've been doing for quite some time, and it is a show, it's a show about me talking, a show about me sharing some feelings, sharing the ups and downs we have in life, kind of sharing the good, the bad, and the ugly that comes our way. And for me, I've always had a lot extra doses of good, bad, and ugly. And honestly, this morning I kind of woke in a funk, kind of feeling a little bit down, kind of not feeling 100%, not feeling like I had all the answers or I was doing the right thing, or questioning every move I was making and every move that I've made over the last 55 years or so. And I paused for a minute, I got quiet, and I did something that I did a lot over the last couple of years, and I asked God, what should I do? God, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right decisions? Are things going the way they should? And God said, keep going. So I kept going. And here I am. But anyway, for those that have been watching a while, you know this isn't just a show about me talking. Can you hear that? That's pretty fun. You know it's also a show about me sharing my love of coffee. And with that in mind, I just poured a hot cup of coffee. And I'll tell you what, I'm fairly excited to take my first sip, although we already have had a pot this morning, my first sip of this pot. My hope is wherever you are, I've heard I look like Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis is pretty cool. I think that's cool. Hello, Sandy Shepard. Good morning in West Virginia. I hope wherever you are, whatever you're doing, you got a hot cup of coffee in front of you. Sorry, I'm showing off my cup. I've got a Coffee with Ken cup, and you don't. You know your name. Hello. Anyone that calls me handsome, I'm going to pause on and go, good morning. But anyway, like I said, I'm excited to have my first sip. I hope you're ready with a hot cup of coffee as well. Cheers to us. It's the hazelnut. And I'll tell you what, it's really good. I bought a couple bags the other day. For a guy, I don't know if I'm a coffee snob or not, but for a guy that has a coffee show, drinks a lot of coffee, we go through 2 or 3 pots a day in the house, and I still usually find an opportunity to get to Starbucks and an opportunity to go to Starbucks and have another couple cups there. But that being said, I'm not sure that I'm a coffee snob. I know, almost anything hot is good. I say that, and I'm not totally sure that's true because I've made fun of a bag of coffee that we still have in this house. I won't talk about it today. Hello, Kathleen, the coffee roaster. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Bruce Willis today. I'm from Sulphur Springs. Hey, we got a couple people from East Texas. I got a picture on the map. Okay, east is that side, the side towards Louisiana and Florida, New Orleans, and all those places. So East Texas, that's probably where Galveston is maybe. Maybe Houston is in East Texas. I would imagine when you say East Texas, that's more the metro. If there is, I'm sure there's a lot of space between the cities, but I'm sure, I would guess that's the more populated side. I would imagine West Texas would be more of the desert side, and I could be wrong. Okay, well, if you're just northeast of Dallas, I've been down to Dallas. I was down to Dallas for not too long. I went to Texas a couple years ago, and I forget what town we were in. I was there for a wedding, my nephew's wedding, and we went to some town that was maybe an hour south, I think, of Dallas, and it was such a tiny little town, but it was basically a exit on a highway. And I brought my wife and my little son Augie, who was just a month or two old at the time. And let me tell you, Augie was born under 6 pounds, and he was probably still in the fives when we took him on this trip. Thank you, Mitchell. And most people don't see brand new babies too often. I think when we picture a baby in our mind, they're 6 months or 12 months old, and they look a lot bigger at 6 months than they do when they're just born. And given the fact that Augie was born, it's very tiny, and he was only a month old or so when we went on this trip. He might have been a month and a half. He must have looked so amazingly small to those people that saw us. And anyway, we were in some town that didn't have a whole lot going on, and we were trying to figure out what to do, and we were longing for the Texas experience. I don't go to Texas. I don't fly in a plane too often. And we ended up going to some massive gas station that apparently is pretty popular in Texas. And walked around and we're asking strangers who would come up and say, "Oh, you have a little baby. Good morning, Kayla. Happy fall. Is it Buc-ee's?" Or yeah, Rio, that sounds right. But I think you're spelling it wrong. I think it was Buckeys. I don't know. Well, you guys are saying something. They had barbecue. Yeah, but either way, we were down there and we were in this massive gas station. And I'm going, hey, I don't know how we can spend a whole weekend in this massive gas station. What should we do? And somebody in there recommended we go to Fort Worth. And I may have said this before. So we switched hotels. We went to the wedding. We still had a few days left on our trip. And we didn't want to hang out at Buc-ee's for the whole trip. So we went up to Fort Worth, Texas, and had a nice time there and had the Texas experience that I think most tourists want with the cattle. I don't know if we actually saw cattle, but I know there were trains and cattle roundup areas, and the cowboy hats and the saddle stores and the saloons. And we had a nice time there and spent a fair amount of time bellying up to various saloons with our little nugget of love, Augie, who was, again, just 5 or 6, maybe 6 weeks old at the time. But he was awesome, and we had a nice time, and that's my Texas experience. Thank you, Sandy Shepard, for sending me the heart. I so appreciate that. But anyway, let's have a little more coffee. I was talking this morning how I got up not feeling so sure and questioning things and wondering about things and asking God and asking myself and asking my wife and asking the world if I'm doing the right thing and is what I'm doing, do I have a plan for today? Do I have enough schedule in my day to make it a productive day? And I think I have a high need to feel productive in life. And a lot of times we don't have all the answers. Hello, Lindsay girl. We don't have all the answers. And sometimes you don't need all the answers, and the world's not going to provide all the answers, and God's not going to provide all the answers. So you do what you can at that moment, and you keep moving forward. And sometimes moving forward, and I used to talk a lot about this on the show, a lot of times moving forward Might not be, I don't know, getting a new job or joining a gym or getting married or going off to college or doing anything big. Sometimes moving forward or taking that next step can be really small. And for me, it was getting up off the couch and doing some dishes. And I'll tell you what, it occupied my mind and made me feel productive for 10 minutes and got me in front of you today when I wasn't feeling up for it or feeling motivated or certainly questioning a lot of things I was doing. And I think every once in a while, God does send you a message. And I got the smallest little nugget of reassurance this morning, and I almost feel silly talking about it. And almost feel silly talking about it. But we bought some Coffee with Ken sweatshirts a couple weeks ago. And my wife has one. My stepdaughter has one. And we got a t-shirt running around. We bought the wrong size. I'm I'm too big for any of them. But that's okay. And my stepdaughter came down the stairs and went off to school, and I was feeling at my low and going, is what I'm doing making a difference? Does any of my audience watch Coffee with Ken? Well, obviously my audience does, but does anybody care? And I looked at her, and she was wearing my Coffee with Ken sweatshirt, and I felt it was a little message to me to keep going and that things are right, and that things are going to be okay. I think it's so easy to create doubt and fear and worry in my mind and probably your mind as well. And I think if your mind gets going down the wrong path, it gets some momentum and you start going, woe is me, or what am I going to do? Or you start questioning a lot of things. And I think it's okay to question, but I don't think it's okay to dwell in any area of negativity too long. And I was looking at my wife and going, that's me saying some things. But she said, hey, being sad's not going to help you at all. Being sad's not going to help you at all. You know that. And she was right. And got me smiling and got us smiling. And we kept doing what we needed to do. And kept moving forward and drinking our coffee and loving on our babies and feeling good and smiling a little bit. And it got me here with you guys today. And being with you guys here today feels really, really good. And I appreciate you guys for joining me. So thank you for joining me, and thank you for sharing the live, Laura Beth, and being part of the experience. Eric, what are my big goals? What's the plan, Ken? What do you mean, Eric? What are your big goals? What's the plan with you? To live a happy life. I am blessed, Vintage Nurse. I am blessed to live a happy life, to love on my kids, to love on my wife, to love on myself, to love on those around me, to make a difference in the world, for doing all those things. But I'm kind of cute. What's the plan? What's the plan? I don't even know what that means. Well, it's a serious question. That's all right. Hello, IDK. Thank you for joining. Got 52 people watching. Kind of feels good. Kind of feels good. Got a nice audience today. A lot of people fired up. I think it's been hard for me because I've been going live a lot on various platforms. So maybe going live too much and going to the point where I'm almost spread too thin, trying to build too much at once. And I think that's challenging for me. I just started loving coffee this year. How much is too much? I'm drinking a lot. Vintage Nurse, I don't think there is too much coffee. I think you get to a point where it just doesn't work or doesn't do anything anymore, like a lot of other drugs. But I think there's not the bad side effects. I can drink coffee up till nighttime. And do you ever drink iced coffee? Only when it's really hot. And again, I can drink coffee all the way up and up to nighttime, and it doesn't really affect me. So I can keep going, and I don't think there's too much coffee. Where was that? Eric's still talking. I'm going to ignore Eric for now. Ignore Eric too. Has Aaron picked out a college yet? We were talking about it this week. And she's still got a list of about 5 or 6 colleges that she's picking out and that she's choosing from. And she hasn't selected her college yet, and she's excited about it. I'm excited about her going. I went to her cross-country meet on Saturday, and we were talking on her drive home how she was only had one more cross-country meet ahead of her, and it was going to be conference, and it's next week. Kind of makes me sad. Her college or her high school career is almost over. Ole Miss, Augustana. We're getting a couple college recommendations. I appreciate the college recommendations. But again, I've stayed kind of quiet. She is, I don't want to put too much pressure on her to pick a college. And University of Illinois is in her short list. Boise State is in her short list of colleges. But it wouldn't matter to me. If she wanted to go to U of I think that'd be awesome. That's where I graduated from. But it doesn't matter. I want her to have her own experience and have her own life and do her own thing. And I know a month or so ago she was leaning towards Iowa State was her pick to click. And I think that'd be neat. I think it's a big school, but not too crazy big. I think she'd have her own different experience. She'd live her own life. And I'd get to go visit a college that I'd never visited before. Well, we'll get that taken care of, RJ. And again, I just want her to have her own experience and have her enjoy her own thing, and I think that'd be neat. But she's got a lot of different choices she's choosing between. She's got a list of about 6. And she hasn't selected one yet. So I don't think Boise State is in her short list. Great school, born in Iowa. All right. I think it'd be neat. I think Iowa State would be just about perfect. It's probably not as big as University of Illinois in terms of student population. And but it's big enough that, you're going to get big football programs and big events and big what have you. And I think she'd enjoy that a lot. And I'd be excited if she did that. So, since we lost a connection, I don't know if we really lost a connection or not. I'm going to pour some more coffee while we have a little red dot on my screen. Wonder why. Sometimes when you're there we go. Unstable connections got to be better than a lost connection. Now we have a good connection. We're feeling good about the good connection. Jesus Christ joined. I wonder why we're having a lost connection. I might go over here, see if it's better. See if it's a little better. Oh, my knee. Gonna bring it to the patio. Gonna try it over here. Gonna do our best. We're gonna keep moving forward. We're gonna put the phone down because it's saying I have a good connection right now. Gonna walk this way. Reply kind of such quite the. Hold on here. Hang with me. My phone wobbled on the rack. Stay there. Do we still have a green dot? Yes, we do have a green dot. I like a green dot. And for some reason out in my yard, we weren't getting the green dot. I'm doing Ken. Ken is the most pure person on here. It makes me mad when people come for you. Well, it is strange, Laura Beth. It is strange. It is strange. I don't understand either. I don't want to dwell too much on it, and I don't want to talk about the trolls, and we've got a bunch of different trolls hopping on today. But I'll tell you what, nothing inspires me more than having some troll hop on my thing and say mean things to me. because I know these people aren't in a good place. And I know when they make fun of me, they must be hurting inside. Hurting inside. And anything they say I know is wrong, so they encourage me. And let me tell you, over the last couple of years, there's been some really dark times for me. And I've had a group of trolls hop on and say the meanest things to me. And sometimes, like I said, I'd rely on prayer or rely on hope or belief or faith. God would say, use them as motivation. And I think without the spewing of trolls' hatedom, I would have given up a long time ago. But I think my purpose becomes much more clear every time they hop on, because they ain't gonna be right. They're not right. They're not right. And so they give me, hey, thank you for the wide-eyed worsty. I don't even know what a wide-eyed worsty is. I did a video the other day. I know it's some sort of hot dog. You guys know I'm editing my videos, and I go back and edit all these. And about 3+ weeks ago, I did what's called a Kenathon. Thank you, Peter Francis Tracy. I did a Kenathon. It's a 3-hour long coffee with Ken. And every hour that I do that I have to edit takes me probably like 4 or 5 hours, because in every hour of video I do, I find maybe 5 to 10 worthwhile short little clips that I post as TikToks, Reels, and Shorts on YouTube. And each of those takes 15, 20 minutes at least to do. And it's actually a lot more work and can be a lot tiring. And the last few days I've been going live all over. And Kathleen, thank you so much for following the creator. It means a lot to me. I appreciate it. We're creeping up on 8,800 fans. I got a little boost to my attitude since I came over here. I appreciate that, Kenergy. Greg Pitt, thank you for following the live creator. Is that really Greg Pitt? Is that really Greg Pitt? No, that's not really. That's not really, I don't think. We'll leave him up there. But I appreciate you. I do appreciate anyone that follows, anyone that joins me. I go live every day at 8 o'clock. You want to send me some of my coffee? I wish you could, Kathleen. We're working on a P.O. box. When we get that taken care of, join in every morning at 8 o'clock. I'm very consistent. I go live at 8 o'clock. Over the last 7 months, I was working at Super Target for a while. I always knew it would be a very temporary position for me. It wasn't the job of my dreams, but it was a job that got me from A to B. And once I got to B, I decided to leave Super Target and go full-time doing this. And we're always looking for other things, and we're always keeping busy. But I'm having a ton of fun, and I'm able to go consistently at 8 o'clock every morning. I think the format for an 8 o'clock show over coffee works well with a lot of people's schedule. I think a lot of people are coffee lovers. I think a lot of people out there are probably pretty lonely and sitting at home having their coffee by themselves. And by hopping on here, I don't know, provides me some purpose and meaning and value. And hopefully the experiences I'm going through mean something to you guys as well. And again, I want to thank you guys for being here today. Still drinking the hazelnut. I don't know what I have for you today. I talked for about half an hour. Jimmy is just waking up. David gives me the thumbs up. 8 is perfect, but 25 reflections. Sandra Lynn, I'm struggling a little bit with the reflections, and I'm torn. How much? I used to live in Chicago as a flight attendant for United. Well, I appreciate you saying that, Kathleen. I actually looked into being a flight attendant at one point over the last couple of years when I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do. I'm scared of flying a little bit. I am scared of flying. Good morning, Ty. Thank you for joining. But I have wondered, and I again, over the last few days, I've tried a lot of different lives, been live on a bunch of different platforms, and I felt like I was honestly spreading myself too thin. I think at 8 o'clock for 30 minutes to an hour, I think I can put on a good show, and I've had trolls message me just because I join your live and saying, isn't it though? Isn't it though? Isn't it? I totally could agree with that. It sounds like it's out. You mean the flight attendant? I'd be terrified. I'd be terrified. I'm a scared flyer. I just think about flying, and my palms get sweaty. As well as owning your own coffee roasting business. Kathleen, I'm going to have to get you a P.O. box so you can send me a bag of your coffee, and I can drink it live. Hello, this coffee is from East Texas. A couple hours east, I think, of Dallas. Maybe an hour east. Brian, thank you for joining. Julie, where am I? I'm coming at you from Naperville, Illinois, a town about 150,000 people, about 40 miles west of Chicago. Damn, pretty dry. Please do. Well, Kathleen, we got to get me the coffee so I can taste it on live. How do I make money to live now? Well, that's awfully personal. I'd say that's none of your business. How can you get box? You can get box at UPS store by Mariana. Okay, well, you could. You could send it to... Brian was picking up in Woodridge on my way to Burr Ridge. You should try to drag coffee guy on TikTok. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. Hello, music-loving mom. Brian Finnegan just joined. Curly Fries just joined. Eric just joined. We've got a lot of friendly names. Okay, well, Laura Beth doesn't know what that means. Dried a coffee guy. Well, it's kind of fun having you guys. Good morning, Track Days. And I appreciate your extra O's. Good morning. Let's have a little more coffee. Somebody said they hated the hazelnut. I think it's nice. I think it was Jimmy that said he hated the hazelnut. Oh, my knee is sore. Oh, is my knee sore. And it's a workout day. And I'm worried about my knee. I'm worried about my knee. You guys know I've been working out over the last 6 or 7 weeks and feeling stronger and feeling good and feeling calmer and feeling mentally healthy and physically strong, and liking that in so many ways. But honestly, I'm a little bummed. And again, I don't think it's good to dwell in bummedness. Hello there. Vintage Nurse, thank you so much. Have an awesome day as well. I appreciate you saying that, Vintage Nurse. Sometimes the littlest bits of encouragement mean so much, and I thank you for joining it. But I love starting my day or starting my workout with a nice cardio workout, and my knee is at the point where I'm not sure that I can today or that I should. So storage would probably help that knee. Yeah, Jimmy, probably would. Good morning at Symbol. Shannon, thank you for joining. Kayla, thank you for your kind words. And thank you all for joining today. I don't know how much I have for you. My little son, Augie, is with the therapist. Hello, Ashwin. Why don't you put your name, Ashwin, instead of the @ symbol? Maybe you do. Maybe I don't fully understand what is happening. But, yeah. I appreciate you guys. I really do. I really do. I think I needed a little pick-me-up today. And I think you guys gave me a pick-me-up with the help of a couple trolls that were saying mean things to me. I got the encouragement I needed. Or maybe it just took a little longer for the caffeine to get bubbling through my system. I got a great night's sleep. I came down the stairs. My wife was sitting on the couch. She had our beautiful little girl, Eve, in her arm. And Augie was... I have a son, Augie, and I'm a little sad about this, to be honest with you. He's kind of hooked on Elmo and Miss Rachel and has been for the last, I don't know, couple of years. And Ashwin is a pretty name. But this morning, when I came down the stairs, Toy Story was on, and he was fixated on it, and he was staring at it. And while I look forward to Augie's taste developing, as I look forward to his taste developing and maturing into... Tangled, which is my favorite Disney movie, and all the other cool movies out there that are made for kids but are entertaining, like Shrek for adults as well. But he was in there watching a Toy Story today. And although I thought it was neat, although I thought it was neat, I'm going to miss the days when he stops watching Elmo. When he stops watching Elmo. And he stops watching Sesame Street. And he stops watching Miss Rachel. I still love those shows. And I think one of the there's so many neat things about having a second chance at having a family. And for those of you who know, I'm have some older girls as well. And I love staying with them, and I love watching all the kids show, and I love watching them grow. And for anybody that's been a parent and has felt the empty nest syndrome, God has blessed me with a second chance at fatherhood, and I'm enjoying the heck out of it and enjoying loving on my little boy and my little girl, and enjoying watching them grow. But I'll tell you what, coming down the stairs today and seeing Augie love, getting tired of Elmo kind of hurt. I love singing the Elmo song. I'll be like 80 years old, I'll have grandkids and all. Maybe I'll have the grandkids over to watch Elmo with me. And how about Electric Company or Zoom? I used to watch Electric Company and Zoom myself. I think the end of the Zoom commercial. Thank you, David. Thank you for joining. I hope you follow my page. Hope you subscribe to me on various... I gotta sneeze. Electric Company is a show from my childhood. But I'll tell you what, they did a new version of it a few years back. So, thank you, music-loving mom. I appreciate you. Jack is here. We're going to have to check out RJ's moderators. I'm going to have a hard time going if we got 56. Now you watch YouTube videos with your teenagers. I was talking to my stepson. Hey, Coffee with Vanessa podcast joined. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Zoom are you. Da 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 da. I forget the words to the song of Zoom, which isn't surprising because it's been probably 45 years. But I watched it enough as a kid that it's still... Oh, is it Scooby-Doo? Is it Scooby-Doo? What? No, but... Okay, you're right. What was the Zoom song? I don't know, but a kid slid down the M at the end. Yeah. My name is Zoom and I. Where are you? Well, you're right. Let's pour a little more coffee. You guys have a little more coffee in you? Land of the Lost. Oh, yeah. Do I remember Land of the Lost? I was thinking about it the other day. My daughter Eve was making a strange noise. She was like... And I go, wow, she almost sounded like a Schlee-Stack. Do you guys remember the Schlee-Stacks? I think that's what they were called on Land of the Lost. And I would have brought it up to my... Schlee-Stacks. Okay, it's Schlee-Stacks. Hey, Peter Francis Tracy, thank you for sending me a pumpkin. You're the sweetest thing, a pumpkin spice latte. Schlee-Stacks, yeah. They were real slow moving. But they kept coming. They were kind of like zombies, but they were real slow moving. And I think they kind of stood above a circle or a well or something like that, and they could access the Land of the Lost through the well. And I brought it up to my wife, who's younger than me, and I don't think she knew what I was talking about. It's interesting that way. I'm 28, still watch cartoon with my brother. Oh. Reminds me of Planet of the Apes. The original Planet of the Apes or the kind of remake of them? The original Planet of the Apes was such a good movie with Cornelius, and Charlton Heston was the star in it, and what have you. But really good movie. I think it had a lot of like political statements and about racism and a bunch of different stuff. And at the end, the Charlton Heston's character is on a beach, and he's walking down a beach or riding a horse down a beach, and he sees the Statue of Liberty, either the torch or her head or something like that, and she's tipped over, and he realizes he hasn't gone to another planet, but he's gone to the future. And it's really interesting, and it gives me the chills just thinking about, and it's a powerful ending to that movie. And for anyone that hasn't seen the original Planet of the Apes, I'd recommend it. My daughter watched the old Brady Bunch and Facts of Life. Facts of Life. You know who had his first acting role, I believe, at least one of his first acting roles, and I can't even think of his real name, was in Facts of Life. Can't even think of his real name, but he's in Ocean's 11, and the women love him, and he's kind of peppered hair, but he was in Facts of Life. Hey, Bo, thank you so much for following the live creator. Everlasting Bloom just sent me a rose. George Clooney. George Clooney was in Facts of Life. That's right. With Blair and, what's her name, Tootie or Tootsie? And there was the woman with like red hair that kind of, I don't know, mothered all the characters. A lot of George Clooney fans, apparently. I wonder, ladies, who do you like more, Brad Pitt or George Clooney? I'll let you guys answer and drink a little coffee. But I've talked for 45 minutes. I've had an enjoyable show. Okay, somebody's saying George. Neither. Okay, I'll let you answer that a little bit more again. Brad Pitt or George Clooney? Greg Pitt says he knows who I like more. I mean, I'd say Brad Pitt. I had a crush on the guy from Hunter. Hunter. Back in the day, Pitt. Okay. Yeah, I've never had any. I mean, obviously, do I like Brad Pitt? Neither celebrities. Celebrities as a whole are overrated. Bad of the Utter, Colin Farrell or Pierce Brosnan. I would imagine Colin Farrell, most of the ladies prefer over Pierce Brosnan. I think I really enjoyed one Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie, and it was one where I think they went to Iceland, and it was set in a cold area, and it was pretty cool. Yeah, that's all I got about that. Pierce? Okay, well, I'm surprised. Colin Farrell was kind of a bad boy. He smoked, caused a lot of trouble. Bill Lambier played one of the Sleestack. Did he really? Robert Montgomery? Are you sure you're just making that up? He kind of looks like a Sleestack. I almost think I heard of that. Okay, Colin's sober now. Colin and I should hang out. I wonder if Colin still smokes. Yeah, I bet a lot of people go down that path. Hello was from, okay. I stay blessed, Ken. See you tomorrow. Hey, Brian, thank you so much for joining. A lot of people don't love Bill Lambier. He was the bad boy. He was the baddest of the bad boys. He was the baddest of the bad boys, and he played against the Bulls, and he got into scuffles with with Robert Parrish, got into a fight on the court, but I almost loved to hate him. Wes, thank you so much for following the live creator, and that's what was neat about the Detroit Pistons. They would stand up and face down Michael Jordan at a time when Jordan was taking over the league, and but they were an awesome team, and hats off to them. And although they played a very rugged style of basketball, they had some great players on their team. Isaiah Thomas might not get as much credit as he deserves, but he was truly an all-time great. Their team did what they had to do. And they had a young Dennis Rodman, a seasoned Bill Lambier, who was the other guard on their team that was also just as good as, not the point guard, but the shooting guard was amazing. They had an amazing team. So, they were our nemesis, the Bulls' nemesis. Joe Dumars, thank you, Greg. Hey, Curly Fries, thank you for joining. And it is about 8:46, and I probably talked long enough on this day. I so appreciate you guys for joining. I so appreciate you chiming on, for following my show, for giving me the love and support that you do, for sharing part of your Tuesday morning with me, for sharing a cup of coffee with me. for following my page, for hitting the like button, for subscribing to me on TikTok, on YouTube, on Instagram, and on Facebook, for just being part of my journey, for being who you are. I hope you're excited about your day. I hope your week started off well. Hope you are feeling good. And if you're struggling out there, know you're not alone. We all go through good times and bad times. This morning I woke up kind of feeling a little lost and a little confused and a little out of sorts. And I started by doing the dishes, and I kept going with loving on my kids and drinking some coffee and going live for you. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. If you're feeling alone, pray. Know somebody out there is listening. Know that you are loved, and start by loving yourself. Follow that up by forgiving yourself. And I hope you have an awesome, awesome day, and I think you will. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.